I've been working on a game about parasites, and recently I realized something was missing. It being a top-down shooter, there's action, upgrades, and enemies. But there wasn't really a moment where the player had to stop and question the world they were in or look inward. So I added a scene where between waves of enemies, you stand in front of a mirror and remove ticks from your own arm. To me, that game mechanic ended up being one of the most interesting mechanics in the game so far. For this video, I wanted to talk about why I added this scene and where the idea came from. Recently, I played a game called No, I'm Not a Human. If you're unfamiliar with it, the game is about letting people into your house at night. The interesting part is that some of the people are actually not human and will kill your other housemates if not dealt with properly. To do this, you can test your housemates for various signs revealed throughout the game, such as checking for perfectly white teeth, dirty fingernails, etc. But there's a moment in the game that completely changed how I thought about it. You can go into the bathroom, stand in front of the mirror, and test yourself. The first time I did that, it really stuck with me, because suddenly the question wasn't just, are they human? It was, what if I'm not? Or possibly more importantly, what if I'm showing signs that I'm not? It introduces this deeply uncomfortable idea that you don't even fully know yourself or how others might see you. And that feeling stayed with me long after I stopped playing. I realized that could be a cool addition to my game. In my game, you're constantly fighting parasites, preventing your body from being overtaken. But it was all external, all action. I wanted a space where the player wasn't fighting anything, just checking in. So between waves, I added a mirror scene. In it, you can examine yourself mentally through dialogue that's inspired by Disco Elysium, where your own thoughts sort of argue with each other, and physically by removing ticks from your arm. It's uncomfortable, and it slows everything down, but I think in a satisfying way. What's interesting is that this scene doesn't require advanced animation or pixel art skills, which is awesome because I don't have any of those. Instead, I leaned into something more personal. I took a short video of my own arm raising. I extracted a few frames to make the motion feel choppy, applied a handful of filters in GIMP, blur, hue shift, water pixels, and stitched it back together. I was heavily inspired by the visual style of No, I'm Not a Human and kind of reverse engineered it. Most notably the greenish hue. In my game, red works better, but it's still a very clear hue. The animation feels imperfect, and that's intentional. It makes the moment feel intrusive and personal, like you're looking at something maybe you shouldn't be. On top of that, I added ticks that spawn at preset locations on the arm. You have to physically interact with each one, pluck them off one by one. This makes the whole experience not just an animation, but something interactive, that you're like maintaining your own body in a way that wouldn't really work during combat. And honestly, that's what I'm most proud of, not because it's technically impressive, but because it feels personal. There's still a lot that I could change, and I'm not super happy with the tick design yet, but this is one of the first mechanics I've made that actually feels like it's saying something, not just doing something. If you're making a game or a specific game mechanic that you'd like to talk about, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear or see what other people are making. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.